Glass mouse skates are a breath of fresh air, and you should consider trying these out yourself.
Just a quick disclaimer. Lethal Gaming Gear was very kind enough to send out their products to me, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm going to be very cutthroat and brutally honest with my review. The Lethal skates cost $19.99 and you can buy them off of Lethal Gaming Gear's website. They have models coming up for the Vaxi mice, the Zowie mice, the XM1R, which is the one that were sent to me, and they already had them for the Logitech G Pro Superlight, but they're all sold out right now at the time of this video. The colors they will be offering are black, white, and a clear version, which you probably have seen around Twitter on the Superlight. The Pulsar Superglides cost $21.95 for every model they have right now, except for the G Pro Superlight and the Razer Viper Ultimate, which costs $24.95. You can buy the X-Lite Superglides on Amazon and their website, but you can only get the other ones they have on their website exclusively. They are coming out with many other models later in Q1 of this year, and the colors vary between each model, but most of them have black and white as options. I have the retail packaging for the Superglides, but the retail packaging for the Lethal skates weren't ready at the time Lethal sent them out to me. It comes in this small square box, and inside it's protected by foam. Even though these are both made out of glass, their glide properties aren't the same. The Pulsar Superglides glide more than the Lethal skates when I do a mini throw, and the Pulsar Superglides slightly have more friction than the Lethal skates when doing micro side-to-side movements. I've had a weird experience with the Superglides. When I initially put them on and started using it, I was disappointed because it didn't feel that much different than core pads. The only difference was that it had slightly more glide and slightly more friction. Then I went to work for 3 hours, so the mouse laid still in a cold environment for that amount of time. When I came back and started using my X-Lite, I was very surprised by how the glide and friction changed. The glide increased by a lot, and the friction decreased as well, which resulted in the comparison to core pads to be inaccurate. After using it for about 2 weeks, the glide and friction properties have stayed the same. There is no visible damage as well. There have been a lot of people on the internet that own the Superglides say that it starts to feel very muddy after a short amount of time, but the effect was opposite for me. They felt not so different from PTFE feet at first, but after a short amount of time they started to feel very fast. I don't know how they turn muddy, but since there are many people complaining about that, I want you all to keep that in mind when you are thinking about purchasing the Superglides. The Lethal skates initially were very slippery, and they were so slippery that my mouse was moving on its own, although that has stopped after about a week of use. These have little friction to no friction at all, and it's a lot of fun using something so fast and free-flowing. The construction is alright. The bottom skate came chipped in one spot, but I don't feel it in game, and you have to consider the fact that the glass skates didn't come in the actual retail packaging. Plus, I haven't seen any complaints on Twitter about the Lethal skates for the Superlight, so I believe I just happened to get unlucky. The Techni did a video on glass mouse skates, and he used some kind of tool that measures how much pounds of pressure that you put into something, and he used that to test the strength of the skates. He put around 10 pounds of pressure into the Superglides, and they didn't break at all, while the Lethal skates broke at around 5 pounds of pressure. And he held the glass in a way where he was trying to break it rather than having it lay flat on a surface like a piece of paper. So keep that in mind. Now, are you going to be slamming your mouse like you're dropping a barbell? No, you aren't, or at least I hope you're not. Just remember that glass is contradictory. It's durable and stands the test of time, but it's also fragile. Imagine a window from a house. It stands the test of time from rain, snow, dust, and so much more. But when you throw a baseball full force at it, it's gonna shatter. So keep that in mind if you're someone who likes to hammer fist their mouse. Do I think glass skates are usable? Yes. I love them. I prefer the Lethal skates over the Superglides because they barely have any friction. Tracking with this mouse is amazing. Flicking is amazing. Doing quick, fast swipes feel amazing. Just overall, I'm in love with how Lethal Gaming Gear built their glass skates. That's not to say the Superglides are bad. In fact, I believe the small amount of friction they have is something that people will love when they are looking for the speed in glass skates, but not sacrificing a whole lot of stopping power. Are glass skates for everyone, and Do they make everyone have aim like device or simple straight out of the box? No. They aren't for everyone, and they don't automatically make you have elite level aim. I mean, think about it. In weightlifting in the gym, right? Buying a new pair of weightlifting shoes won't make you hit a new PR, right? It's about putting in the work with what you got and seeing that progress go. That same concept applies to all this gear for your gaming mouse. The great amounts of speed that you get from these skates don't fit everyone's playstyle. There's a reason why there's so many different kinds of mouse pads, because some people like a muddy control pad, or a fast control pad, or a hybrid pad like this one, or a Cadora pad, or even a glass pad like the Sky Pad. Everyone has different tastes, and it's up to you to decide whether or not you will like extra speed. If I'm able to buy more mouse pads, I'll be able to test out how glass skates feel on different types of pads, and I'll make a video on that. But I have tried these on the Lethal Gaming Gear Venus and the Odin Infinity, and they feel great. They feel smooth, like the rough texture from the surface. You don't feel that on top of the skates, so they feel smooth. They provide good speed and good stopping power.
The final verdict is that both mouse skates from Pulsar and Lethal Gaming Gear are good products. They're good skates. They have pretty good construction, and they do what they do. They glide fast, low friction, and things like that. But you have to decide for yourself whether or not you want to try that out, or whether you like it. Lethal, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I'm still speechless, by the way. The current state of the world right now is just, very bleak, and the future doesn't look so bright right now. And when you provided this opportunity for me, it warmed my heart so much, and it gave me so much hope. So Lethal, thank you so much. Words cannot express how blessed and gratified I am for you to give this opportunity to me. I'm speechless. So thank you. And also shout out to my day one Dane. So the Pulsar Superglides weren't sent out to me, but Dane, my friend, bought them for me. So Dane, thank you so much. There's not much to say here, guys, because we've been friends since 7th grade, and he already knows how much love and appreciation I got for him. So I'm gonna be showing his Instagram. I'm gonna be showing his Instagram on here. I'm gonna be showing his Instagram on here. So if y'all want to give him a follow, give him a follow. All love, Dane. All love. So peace.